Hey guys, how's it going? It is such a gorgeous day out. We have been blessed with such amazing weather here on the property, and I have some just minor things that I want to do around the property today. Nothing too crazy, nothing extravagant, no big projects, just minor cleanup, minor planting. I really want to get that euphorbia planted that I have. Always right here. And I do want to hook up the garden bed that we just filled and planted. I want to get that hooked up all the way to drip because I forgot to connect to the very bottom of it. So we're going to do that. And then also, I had seen a couple weeks ago, somebody had suggested that the lion thing that I have right there, the like pillar, I guess, to move it up to where I have our furniture at. And I'm thinking that's a fabulous idea because I don't really use it back here. So I'm going to move that up there, and I'm going to kind of put it in between the two chairs, that I can use it as more like a cocktail table. So that way I can like put my drink out there because we're sitting out here all the time. And I don't want to have to reach all the way to the coffee table. It's too far. So just some like super minor things. Like I said, nothing too crazy. Just a casual day in the garden. So it sounds like a good time. It's probably going to be one of the easiest days that I've had in a very long time in the garden, which will be really, really nice. I feel like it's been starting a lot of projects and like slowly finishing them. Nothing, just casual. So let me show you the euphorbia and then the statue. And I think I'm going to move the statue first because that's going to be like the easiest thing to do. So I have this lion statue. What is it? It's in it like a griffin or something like that because it has wings. Whatever. I have this thing that I picked up locally at that Dos Amigos statuary place, and I've had it back here. I had a terracotta pot with a lemon cypress sitting on it, and it totally blew over in the wintertime and it broke. So I stopped worrying about it. I'm just trying to like see if it'll even live. We'll see. But I want to move this up front. It's just big enough for you to be able to put like your phone and maybe a drink on here. I think it's absolutely perfect for that. And then it makes it look a little more like classy, I feel like. I don't know. That's in my brain. So we're going to move that up front. And then I should actually probably clean out these 3 containers that I have right here. And I have a fourth one right there. I should probably just clean those out because they're dying. So I think we'll clean those out, and then I'll come in and I'm going to clean up the few morning glories that have sprouted. I get asked about the morning glories all the time because I grow them over the arbor that we used to have literally right here. I did take the arbor down because I wanted to find something else. I just haven't found anything that I liked that fit the space, so I don't have an arbor there. And so I want to show you guys how many morning glory seedlings actually come up from the morning glories that we grow. I haven't found any in our lawn. They stay pretty localized. I feel like though, if you do let it get out of control and you don't stay on top of it, then it can definitely become a nuisance, especially once they start flowering and then those flowers go to seed. They can totally become a problem. So this is the like honest truth. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 or 15 of them. That's it. That's what came up, and I think I had like 6 plants last year. So they don't take over unless you don't stay on top of it, unless you start losing control and you're not going to stay up on it. Then I wouldn't plant morning glories. But if you're able to stay on top of it, then it's not that big of a deal. So I know in some areas morning glories are super invasive, and it's kind of a hot topic to grow morning glories or to not grow them. I personally love growing them. I think it's worth it. I think they're really pretty. They don't take over. They don't spread for us because when I see a seedling pop up, I pull it before it can become an issue. So yeah, so we're gonna do that also. So you can see there's just a couple that have came up. The ones that are all like right there. There's a couple that came up in this bed in a pecan, and then there's like one there and a couple over on this side also. So we'll get those done. And then I have this euphorbia over here. This one, okay, I'm super confused. So I wrote down mountain snow. If I go to the Johnny's website, it says mountain snow also, but when I Google it and it shows the Johnny's website, it says snow on the mountain. So I'm not 100% certain. I got these from Johnny's website, and I thought they were called mountain snow. So that's just what I'm going to call it. But when I Google that variety, it doesn't look anything like the variety that I know that this is. It looks like the variety called snow on the mountain. So mountain snow, snow on the mountain, one of these two. I've got these little seedlings and I would really like to get them planted because I loved it last year. It was so beautiful in fillers and I had tons of questions about it last year. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that came up out of 8. So, well, I had more than that, but that one I accidentally broke. So that's my fault. So let's get these planted also. And then I have a couple nasturtiums that I don't know where they're going to go. I've heard that I really shouldn't be planting too many of them just because they take over in gardens also, just like morning glories do. I've heard of people like saying that they have them pop up everywhere in the garden. So I think I'm going to maybe not plant any more of those just because I have one in this bed and one in this bed. And I think that's probably going to be more than enough. This is going to be so nice to have this right here because we haven't had anything to be able to put a drink on, and I'm often sitting in this exact chair to edit videos. So this is going to be really, really nice to have this right here now. Be able to put my phone down, my drink down. I couldn't find anything that I liked online, and so I had this and it wasn't doing anything, so I might as well use this, which is really, really nice now. I do want to talk about how I got those euphorbia planted and what I used. So I had gone in with this stuff. It's called Royal Gold Crown Jewels All-Purpose Fertilizer. I got this for free. The place called Kinney Nursery is where I've been picking up all of my Fox Farm fertilizer. It's like halfway in between. It's closer to Los Molinos than it is Chico, but it's a little more north than halfway to Los Molinos. And Brent picked up, I think like 8 or 9, maybe even 10 bags for me of the Fox Farm. And I think it was like $11 to like $14 a bag. I don't exactly know. It was a birthday present. But he said that he gave him this for free to try out. So it was a little trial bag. And it's just a 555 fertilizer. I don't know anything about this one, but I'm going to try it out because I can get it locally. It's easy for me to get, and that's what we're reaching for. It says that it was made in Humboldt. So it also has calcium in it, which I don't know what that does. But it has the nitrogen, the phosphate, the potash, or whatever it's called, calcium, all at 5%, and it has magnesium. This is derived from feather meal, bone meal, potassium, magnesium sulfate, fish bone meal, sulfate of potash, fish meal. I don't know, all of these different things. I don't know if it's even for organic gardening. Organic gardening, yes. So this is a good product, I guess. We'll see how it works out in the garden. I've never used a 555. Everything I've used has been a little bit higher usually. So we'll see how it goes. It does smell really bad. I mean, like the other ones don't smell great either. This one smells slightly worse and it's much more powdery. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that works out. Next thing that we are going to do is I'm going to plant those morning glories that I do have, since we already talked about morning glories. I have another morning glory that I'm really excited to get growing this year. I am trying to figure out where it's going to grow. I have a trellis and I don't know where I want it to grow exactly. It needs to go somewhere that's full sun, but I don't know exactly where that is. I mean, I'm thinking maybe right there would actually even be really pretty. I mean, that's a full sun area, so that wouldn't be too bad. Let me show you guys the trellis that I have in the morning glories. They're not blooming now. They were blooming a couple days ago, and they're really, really pretty. I didn't realize that that's exactly what they looked like. I thought that they were going to be a little more full, but it also could just be because they're still in their seed trays. So let me go show you guys the trellis, and then we'll talk about a couple different locations that I'm thinking. So this is the morning glory. It's called Split Second. You can see the blooms are faded. It looks like there's one right here about to pop, but the one that we had was faded, and it's actually really cool. It looks like, I don't want to say tattered, but it looks, I don't know the word. You guys have to tell me the word that I'm looking for. But I really liked them. I was very pleasantly surprised. They have obviously been in their seed trays for far too long. And these are the Bootstrap ones, in case you were wondering, just because I get questions every single time. So Split Second morning glory, I have 5 of them. Well, I guess technically I have 10 of them because each one of these has like 2 in each. And so I am going to plant all of them. I mean, they're pretty long right now. That's a little ridiculous. So I need to get these planted. I really want to enjoy them. So let me show you guys the trellis that I have, and let's figure this out together. So over here, this is the trellis that I have. I picked this up at Lowe's, I think a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I mean, it's on this fence and it just completely disappears. It's probably 6.5 feet tall. It's pretty good size. So I got to figure somewhere for that to go. I don't want to put it along this fence because at some point I'm going to redo this thing. I swear. I promise. You won't hear me complaining forever. So I got to figure out where this is going to go, where it can go. It needs to go somewhere that's got new fence, I think. I initially had a thought of just sticking it right here in the middle and having him grow up it, which might be nice. It might actually block some of that. That might not be the worst idea that I've ever had. But I also feel like it might just be really random and like out of place, if that makes sense. So I'm not 100% certain. So that's why I thought along the back of that. But then I feel like that would be kind of weird because you would only see it just a little tiny bit. So it wouldn't look like anything at all for a while. Or I was thinking of putting it right here along this edge. And then you would walk up and you would see it. Let me show you. So I was thinking here. But now that I'm actually staring at it, that's going to block the aviary, which, I mean, it would make this feel very, very cozy, but I don't think that's the look that we're going for here, so I think that might have been a terrible idea. It was better in my head. We are going to shift gears. My camera is being really weird. We are going to take care of this. Let me turn the camera around to show you guys. Maybe the camera will act better. Why is it so glary? I don't know. So, as you guys know, this is my beloved rose. This is called Lady Banks. She is massive. She is ridiculous. I hate her with a passion. You can see she has started to grow almost down to the ground. She needs a haircut. So we're going to shear her back because I am mentally blocked on what to do with this trellis and where to grow those morning glories. I'm not mentally ready to do that yet. I need to be a little more committed to where I want it to go. I would love for them to grow right there, but that's just not going to happen. So we're not going to worry about it. So we're going to shift gears and we're going to cut this back because this thing is a beast and it needs to be taken care of. Just for size reference, this thing is huge. Right there is a giant lilac tree. I mean, you can see it's like taller than the roof over there. And the lady banks has totally taken over. And as a reminder, that is not my rooster. What a difference that makes. I feel like now this hopseed bush tree thing can actually grow and get some light. It was totally being shrouded. It was growing into it, which was really frustrating. And I am apologizing for the harsh shadows. It's like the middle of the day right now. It's, I think, 2 o'clock or something like that. So shadows are a little harsh. This definitely shows off how bad the fence is, which is fine. It will be nice though, because when the new fence goes in, it'll be this tall. So it'll be a lot taller, which will then go ahead and hide some of that, which will be really, really nice. So we got it all cleared up right up to the fence line. I'm sure I'll have to do this probably 2 more times. And there were some up here that I just couldn't reach, which is, it's okay. It's totally fine. It's just nice to see it starting to get cleaned up. Here is that pile. This is actually a small pile compared to previous years. And I had to have the tripod totally extended. I mean, I can barely reach the top of it. I couldn't even see the screen of what was happening. It was so funny just to get some of those shots because of how tall this was. It was so crazy. Really nice to see this all cleaned up. I'm sure all of these plants down here will appreciate some more light, especially that rose that shouldn't be there. But we're gonna leave it. It's fine. I do have a hydrangea under there. We'll see how it does. It should be fine. It should get some more protection by the afternoon sun and it'll be okay. Now I'm thinking, I think I'm just gonna pop the morning glories in, maybe right here. That way it's not like right in the center. That would look a little weird. So I think we're gonna pop it in right here, kind of tucked in, and have them grow up. I mean, it will mask that a little bit, but I think I'm gonna slightly angle it, and so it should go here and maybe give a little privacy. Let me move that and we'll see how that goes. Okay, it's weird. I'm not mad at it though. We'll see. You know what? It's fabulous because it's the garden, and if I hate it, I can just change it. I can rip it out. I'll tear the morning glories out. It's not the end of the world. It's one growing season. We'll see how this goes. Let's leave it there and let's get those morning glories planted because I need to get those in the ground and I think it'll be really pretty. I don't think that I'm totally gonna hate that. We will see as it fills out. I did want to show you guys in the garden tour, the sweet spire has officially started to bloom. And there are already bees. I can hear them buzzing. I don't see them, but I do hear them. They're back there. There's a couple of them back on that side. But it's so pretty. This is an Itea, also known as a sweet spire. And I really, really love this thing. So highly recommend it if you have room for, you know, a decent sized plant. They come in different sizes. This one's really, really pretty. And it does have red stems, but you can't see it with how harsh the sun is right now. Well, I'm very happy that I got those morning glories planted and that I got the euphorbia planted and that I got this little side table right here, up here. I had been looking for one for the longest time. I'd found a couple that I really liked. There's doves. We have these 2 doves that are always in our yard. They usually go sit in the bird bath. They're so cute. Of course, the door to the basement is open, so I couldn't have caught them flying into it, but they did just go to it. That's usually where they're hanging out. Anyways, I am happy to get that little table over here. I've been looking at a few online, and they were like a couple $100 each. I was looking at the ones that I wanted something that was a little bit nicer, and I was looking at ones that were like 150 to 200 bucks a piece, and I was like, I need 2 of them. There's no way that I'm gonna spend $200 on a table for outside. So this will work. Maybe I will look for other statuary pieces that are flat that I could just use as little drink tables, little cocktail tables. So we got the morning glories in, we got the table moved, got morning glories pulled, and we got the euphorbia in. I'm gonna count it as a successful day. It's warm outside. I think we're in the 80s now this week and low 90s, which is insane because I know some of you guys are telling me that you have just like finished your tulips, which is crazy. I can't even imagine that. Our tulips have been gone for months now. So crazy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It was very mellow, very relaxing. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.